John's here in the Electric Ballroom, and we've just seen It's Clobberin time from Progress, and I'm joined by Mark Haskins, or Skins, who main evented 2 shows in the ballroom today. First of all, like I say, we saw you back in the ballroom over Strong Style Weekend. You got to the final. We won't talk about that, but it must be awesome for you to be back in Camden, back in the ballroom. The King and Queen of Camden have returned. How does it feel on a personal level to be back in Progress?
It's fantastic. Yeah, I got to see a lot of old faces, people who I haven't seen in literal years. I didn't realise it had been 4 years since we were last here. Madness, time has flown by, but I'm very glad to be back and I'm very excited to see everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And today, you main evented the DEFY show against Kenta, a formidable opponent. I knew going into it, it was going to be a hard-hitting, high-octane match. Is he somebody that you worked with before?
No, first time. I was a huge Kenta fan when I was growing up and getting into the business. So today was a very mad experience for me, where it literally feels like 17 years on from when I used to watch his matches with Bryan Danielson. I got to tear it up with him myself. So very excited about today. It literally felt like the planets aligned for me. When I was speaking to DEFY, they said that they were interested in bringing me in, but they didn't say who it was against. And then at the same time, I was speaking to an old friend of mine who I used to backyard wrestle with at his house in his garden. He was now a radio presenter for BBC Radio Oxford. He said, "Do you want to come on my show? We'll do a little interview." I said to DEFY, "Hey, do you want me to announce that I'm going to be a part of the show on BBC Radio Oxford?" And they said, "Yeah, you're going to be wrestling Kenta, so call him out." So I did, and it felt like just a beautiful experience in this business where the planets align and we made it happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. A curious question. So with your match against Kenta and your match against Leon Slater, which we'll talk about in a moment, you were introduced as Skins.
Yes.
So what was the kind of the inspiration behind the slight name change there? Because we've always known you as Mark Haskins. So you've shortened it somewhat.
It's hilarious because for years everybody behind the curtain has referred to me as Skins.
Oh, okay.
And until today, I had no idea how polar opposite the other side of the curtain has known me. You never really think about it, right? But then I was thinking about, when we're getting announced, here's Vicky Haskins, here's Mark Haskins, a lot of Haskins going on there. So I thought, why not switch it up and use my nickname and do something slightly different. So I
think it works. I think it makes the name pop and stand out a little bit more. But we look forward to seeing kind of how that develops. And your main event in the Progress show, Leon Slater, such an extraordinary young talent that's taken the UK scene and the American scene by storm. He's recently just come back from GCW, but a phenomenal talent. I know that you started very young in the business, so you must see parallels there between yourself and Leon Slater.
Yeah, it's horrendous. I've never felt older than I do currently, especially with Nick Wayne walking around. He's such a child, right? So he's just turned 18, right?
Yeah.
I've been in the business 18 years.
Wow.
I remember being on a show years ago with Jerry Lynn where Jerry Lynn was wrestling Noam Dar, and I saw Jerry Lynn's soul break when he realized that he'd been wrestling longer than Noam had been alive, and now I'm the Jerry Lynn in that equation. Today was very bizarre for me as well because wrestling Kenta, he's obviously a little bit older than myself. So it went from him being the veteran and me being the young guy to then the complete reverse where now I'm wrestling the young kid who made it abundantly clear how old he thinks I am during the match, which I did not appreciate at all. Leon, you're a very, very naughty boy.
And it's 2-0 between yourself and Leon Slater because, of course, you had an encounter with him in the first round of Strong Style this year.
It's over whenever he wants it to be over. Yeah? I'm 2-0 up, you know what I'm saying? So I've got nothing to prove.
One more maybe, yeah.
Oh, well, he can have as many as he wants. Some people just love, bouncing their head off of a brick wall.
But you must be on a high today because you faced 2 incredible opponents, main event in 2 shows, but 2 opponents of very contrasting styles as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I don't think you need to sound so shocked when you say that I was in the main event. Like, where else are you going to put me on the show?
That wasn't the main part of my question.
Well, of course, if it's not the main event spot, then why am I here?
Absolutely. And the styles dynamic. I mean, Kenta, hard hitting, striking. Leon Slater, you've really got to have eyes in the back of your head to kind of know where he's going. And
he's freakishly athletic as well.
Oh,
did you
man.
see the air he got on so many moves? I was almost half distracted as he
Unreal.
was doing things. I was like, wow, that's so. Oh no, we're getting kicked in the face. Do you know, he's got a hell of a leap on him. I'm very jealous.
So looking forward, it looks like we're going to see you back in the Progress ring more frequently, and I certainly hope so. I think the Progress fans certainly hope so, and do you certainly hope so?
Well, I would love to. You know, I don't know why it is that I've been left away for so long. It's not been my choice. So, Progress, I stepped up today. I don't feel like I have anything to prove. It's on Progress's terms now. If they want to have me back here, just give me a call.
Final question then. Obviously, a lot have changed in the last 4 years with Progress. A lot of new faces. A lot of people that have come onto the scene just in the last few years that are doing awesome things in Progress. Anybody you might have your eye on that you think would be an awesome match for yourself to go against?
I don't care about awesome matches, and I don't care who wants to step up and wrestle me. Progress has changed, a lot has changed, but I have also changed as well. I'm not an insecure young guy anymore whose heart is breaking. I'm an old grizzled man apparently. I've got a lot of years under my belt, and I am more than delighted for anybody who wants to try and step up and prove a point against me to just come at me, because I will knock them all down.
There we go. Mark Haskins, Skins, thank you so much.
Thank you.